Barbie head? We're just letting a few people get in here. We're gonna send this live in like 90 seconds. Okay. Hello, everyone. So, yesterday was my first stream on this topic, at least. And it was a little bit of a mess. I haven't streamed in a pretty long time. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a mess. We're gonna be a little more streamlined today, hopefully a little less sloppy, and then we have a few different things we're gonna touch on. So we're gonna go over that photo of the ceiling in the bathroom at the beginning of this. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but that was towards the end of the last stream I did, and it was a little bit sloppy. So we're just going to come back to that photo for just a couple minutes and dissect that one more time for anyone that didn't see it, and then we're going to move on from that. Quickly check out the chat real quick. Thank you to everybody for being here. M Storm, hello. How are you doing? Kyler, how is it going? I hope you guys are doing well. Chantel, hello. How are you? Charlie girl, hello. Thank you for being here. Britt Brat, hello. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Wildflower girl, hello. Freddie is ready. How's it going? Um, Tana. Okay, I think that is everyone. Stefan Faith, hello. Farm Girl, hello. Farm Girl, that's where Shanny was trying to be just about a month ago. Charlene, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I think I got everyone. If I missed anybody, I apologize. If anybody new comes in, I will keep an eye on the chat the best that I can. So, yesterday we looked over a few things. We sort of looked at the video of the sort of drive-by video of the front of the house and went over a few things. Wasn't anything too crazy with the outside of that house. I mean, aside from, the house being condemned and the boards on the front and stuff, wasn't anything too crazy. The thing that stood out with that was the outside of the house was pretty well manicured. The hedges and everything were all shaped up and in shape. The only thing that really stood out of significance in the outside of the house was the garage door was beat up, and then some of the trim around the garage door itself was cracked on the right side. Other than that, the outside of the house looks pretty good. So not really too much to go off of regarding that. I'm going to pull up this photo of the bathroom ceiling. Most people saw it yesterday while we're in here, but we're just going to quickly go over that towards the beginning of the stream. And in case anybody wasn't in here yesterday, we'll just quickly go over that. And what we're mainly looking at here is going to be there was speculation of the downstairs bathroom. Was it water leaking from somewhere on the second floor, causing those ceiling tiles to drop out and rot out? So we're going to quickly go over that photo one more time towards the beginning of the stream, and then we'll move on to something else briefly after that. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick, and we will pull up this photo. There is the photo. Pull up the chat too. Hussy, hello, welcome. Oops. Hussy, hello. Carrie, hello, welcome. Did I miss anybody? Okay, I think that's everybody for now. Okay, so this photo that we have here, we can see the ceiling tiles that are missing are in this area right here. On a few streams, there was speculation on if there was water that was leaking from the second floor, which would have caused these ceiling tiles to drop out. Now, yesterday we went over and we said this isn't a sheetrock ceiling. I kind of drew a square here, and these are tiles. So this is one tile here, and this is one tile. And so these are all ceiling tiles, individual 12 by 12 or 16 by 16 pieces, and they sort of interlock together, and then they get finish nailed to this wooden support right here. Now, where these ceiling tiles are missing is where we would be looking for water leaking, right? Carrie said, did y'all hear about Rev? So as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that is factual yet with Rev. I've heard that it came from Wookie, that they kept him for a night in the hospital, but then they told him, like, hey, this isn't a hotel, we're not going to keep you here. So I think he was kicked out of the hotel or whatever, and it's sort of nobody really knows where he's at this time. There was a comment, Drader was talking about it on his live earlier, and he might still be live, I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat brought up a comment about how he's checking into a hotel at 3 p.m. and we should hear from him after that once he gets into a hotel. No, I don't think anybody knows if that's like coming from somebody that may have spoke to him, or if that was just a random comment that was put on one of Jason's posts or something. Basically, yeah, there's no way to factually back that up with anything. Back to this really quick, and then we'll move on. Where this wooden support is here on the ceiling, this framing, if there was water leaking in here, we would see a lot of like black nastiness on this wooden structure. We would see probably mold on the wood if it had been leaking for a long period of time. And then this is the insulation through here. And basically, if we had leaking, the thicker padding of the insulation is on the other side of this silver section here, and the strips run a long way like this. And the water would pool. This insulation would soak up the water for a certain period of time, but depending on how fast the leak was going, it would eventually break through. So we would see some nastiness going on with this insulation. We would also see nastiness with these wooden, with the framing here for the ceiling tiles. The only area where it's possible that there may have been leaking is where we see an opening through here in the insulation. But I don't think I don't think this was from water. I mean, I could be wrong. If we found out this was from water, I wouldn't be absolutely shocked, but I don't think it is, because this row of ceiling tiles right here, we would see black on the face of these, where these still look all white. So if water was pooling anywhere on the backside of this ceiling, it would be turning black in areas, and we would have puddling and pooling on the backside of these tiles. So there is really no virtual signs of water up in this ceiling area. There was a lot of speculation of people saying that we had leaking going on up here, but there is no, at least from this photo here, I don't know if there's any other screenshots out there, but as far as this screenshot right here, there is no visible signs of water up in this ceiling area. And we'll move on from that now. Was I screen sharing? Please tell me I was screen sharing. One second. Okay, I was. Okay, I'm screen sharing right now, and now I'm not. I don't know how that screen share ended. I went back to StreamYards, and there was no, and it was just prompting me to screen share again instead of being able to end the screen share. The next thing that we're going to look at here in just a few minutes is the video from some years back of when I think it was Dragnot paid somebody to go to that apartment that they moved out of in Colorado, the nice apartment, and kind of go through their old apartment and see what they left behind and see the condition of the apartment. So I have that video pulled up. We'll go over that in just a second. Let me catch up with the chat. Carrie said supposedly he got booted and was in a panic looking for somewhere to go, but she's seen no proof so far. I did see Wookie talking about it last night in DP's chat. Okay. I wonder if Jason knows when he talks to her, if he knows that all that info that he's giving her is being leaked out into the community like right away. I wonder if he knows that. Originally, I thought that Wookie was like a actual friend to him, but at this point, it seems like it's just a buddy troll. Mother of Dragons, hello, welcome. Wookie wasn't being so nice in what she said, so that's interesting. She wasn't being nice about Jason. I think Wookie may not be too crazy about Rev's new friends. Okay, maybe that's what happened. All right, let me catch up in chat. Do you think rodents or rats causing that mess up that insulation? it's very possible that there could be rodents or rats up there, and in that house, especially with like the cat piss and cat shit in the basement. Definitely no expert on rodents or anything like that, but it could be a lot. You could have termites going on in there. There's a lot that could be happening. Uh, Carrie said Wookie was complaining about how much money she's given him. Um, and she has screenshots if she tries to deny anything. Okay. Any word on Shanny? Flower Girl says. I don't think him and Wookie aren't as close at this point, Carrie said. Okay. So maybe originally it wasn't a buddy troll, and then she kind of uh just kind of like got pushed away from him further and further. And plus he started acting more and more crazy. Flower Girl says, "Do we know how old Wookie is?" From what I think it was Shanny mentioned that Wookie was like an older woman. I want to say that Shanny said something along the lines of like 50s or 60s, but that may or may not be factual. I have a feeling she's tried numerous times to help him and give him advice, but Jason always does the opposite of self-help. Yeah, you might be right, Flower Girl. I wonder how much money um she has given him. He's probably suckered her into a lot because that's how Jason is. He can't just get, you know, that's how both of them are. If you were to give them $50, 3 days down the road, if they need money and you don't give them $50 again, they're gonna treat you like shit. They're not gonna appreciate the one time you did give them money. They're only gonna think of the next time. And if you don't keep doing it, then you're a piece of shit to them. I think Wookie felt left out. Carrie says, I think Wookie felt left out, started talking to Jules and Fupa a lot. Okay. I didn't realize Jason was talking to Fupa Cheese either. Um, okay. Yeah, Storm, yeah. Um, no, I don't mean to give offense when I say older woman, 50s or 60s. So no offense to anybody. Okay. All right, let's get this video pulled up here. I have not seen this video in a pretty decent amount of time. It's been a while, probably a few years since I've seen this. Okay. I can't believe this guy is touching those blankets. Oh my God. If I went in that house, oh, we hear you, but not the vid. God damn it. This isn't gonna, I guess it's not going as smooth as I anticipated it. Share screen. I have to use Chrome. Are you kidding me? Use Chrome if you want to share with audio. No. That's ridiculous. Okay, let me try something else. Let's go over here. Settings. All right. We're just, yeah, we don't really need audio for this video. So whatever he says, I will kind of just let you know, but it's not really too important for this one. I guess I'm gonna have to download Google Chrome for the next stream. When I share screen, the third tip is use Chrome if you'd like to share audio with your screen. So they literally make it so that you can't share audio on the Apple browser. So if we let me pull this aside so we can see chat at the same time. If we come back here, I can't believe this guy is touching everything with his bare hands. Like, I would literally need a hazmat suit to go in this house. I would need full gloves, a respirator, and just a full suit from head to toe because it's I can't imagine. So here's the downstairs door. It sort of looks like the layout of this place is you walk into this room here where it looks like Shanny was set up for streaming. But if I remember right, I thought Jason streamed downstairs and she streamed upstairs. But it looks like this is Shanny's stuff down here in the streaming with the streaming chair and the desk here. We have a little ring light. The amount of shit that was left behind that could have been sold, like if that's one of those expensive like office chairs, those can go sell between like two all the way up to $400, even more. I would imagine because when they probably bought all this stuff, they probably still had money, and Shanny was the one probably ordering everything. So I'd imagine Shanny would have went with the much more expensive option here. So this could be, a $300, $400, $500 office chair here. That's a desk, somebody probably would have bought that desk. All this stuff they could have easily just like, cleaned it up real quick and brought it outside or out front, had a garage sale, and made some decent money off of this stuff. They probably could have put a couple grand in their pocket here before they bounced out of Colorado. And granted, we're not even upstairs yet. Let me check chat real quick. Disgusting humans. I'm so done with their bullshit. I hope to God they have to sit alone with themselves. It's hard to grow up humble and start giving respect. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever get to the point in their life where they see things for what they really are. Mother of Dragon, welcome. Thank you for saying hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Am I in Discord? Yes, I am, Carrie. My Discord name is the same name. Actually, I don't know if Hussy has a Discord, but I think you do. So if you don't mind sharing, or maybe your Discord's not public. If your Discord is public and you don't mind sharing the name of it in the chat here, so most of the people probably in here are in there already. They're mostly all yours and Hussy's fans anyways. But just so I know the name so I can join, if assuming it's public. Yeah, Kyler says full PPE, so many biohazards in this place. Yeah, there's literal probably cat feces, cat shit, cat feces, cat feces, and probably cat piss, and who knows, I guarantee you Shanny's not washing her hands after she uses the bathroom. Neither is Jason. And I don't really like to talk about the kids, but they weren't taught anything, so they're not going to know any better either. So the house probably has, even human shit and piss throughout it as well. Because if you're using the restroom, not cleaning your hands, you track that shit all over the house. Is this the Colorado apartment tour? Yes, it is, Kristen. Welcome, Kristen. Just Shadell, hello, welcome. I'm terrible with reading some names, so if I mispronounce, I'm really sorry. English and literature is is my worst subject. Carrie says they streamed from the stairs for a lot of the time in that last place. All right, I think you're saying they stream from upstairs, or maybe you're saying downstairs. I'm not sure. The chair doesn't look like it would hold her. Right. So maybe Jason was using this chair. Yeah, I don't, but at the same time, we have to remember, right? What she looks like now was different back in Colorado. When Jason and Shanny first got together, I wouldn't doubt it if she was 150 to 200 pounds lighter. She might have only been 300 pounds when they met. And I really feel like at times she may have pushed 500. She may be pushing 500 now. Um, Kristen, my chat jumped. Let me see where I was. I don't want to get too behind in chat and spend too much time on the chat. So I apologize if I miss your comment. I'm not trying to ignore anybody at all. I think I saw somewhere Kristen said the stream might be lagging. I should be good. I'm not seeing anything out of the abnormal. Try refreshing. Let's see. Jason likes pink. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that could have been, but there's, the pink little stand over here, the pink chair, the pink desk. I really would imagine that's Shanny stuff, but it could also have been stuff that Shanny got for herself and she didn't like it, and then she passed it down to Jason, even though it was his money that bought it. They left all kinds of shit. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead. Um, I'm gonna skip ahead in chat here. Uh, I think they owed more than 2,500 in rent. What happened to all his debt? And uh, what happened in one stream in Colorado? He was saying he was 16K in the hole. So possibly he owed 16,000 in rent here. Now that can happen fast, right? I think I heard that the rent in this place was maybe north of $3,000 per month. So it usually takes 6 months to get people out of a place after they go delinquent on their rent. So 6 months of rent at 3 grand would very quickly add up. So I do believe that he could have owed them $16,000. Donna, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone for being here. I suck at that side of things. Discord was a lifesaver for me. I'm assuming you mean for screen sharing and stuff. Okay. I may have to modify how I do some things in the future. Thank you for that tip. They literally streamed in the stairway. Okay. I don't remember a lot of that. I remember like Jason being in the stairway with the cops and stuff. I think that was in this apartment. Um link to there's the link to my Discord server. Am I tripping here? I'm not seeing the link. It was Shanny's pink stuff, Carrie confirms. Okay. They never paid at all rent during this place. Nikolaya is saying they never paid rent at all it was during COVID, so they didn't pay. There was a period during COVID, like at least a year, where people got away with being delinquent on rent. They didn't have to pay. All right, let's move on in this video because right now we're only downstairs. We haven't even made it to the upstairs living quarters, like the main living section of the house. You guys probably can't hear, but he just said you walk in and the first smell is feces. He's going to go on in a minute to say that it smells like weed, but it smells like bunk weed mixed with like a odor of shit or something. It looks like there's some type of computer monitor here on the floor. We got a ring light back there, possibly a keyboard there, monitor on the floor, some binders here. We have that what A Christmas Story. I think that's the name of the movie. A Christmas story, the light from that movie, which I think these are like $100. This desk probably wasn't too cheap. It's not an expensive desk, but it's definitely not a cheap one. I'm sure there was a few $100 spent between the desk and the couple other matching racks that we saw in the corners there. To be honest with you guys, when this stuff was new, she had a decent little setup there, you know, the desk, some matching tables on the side and in the corner, the chair matching everything, the ring light, and they had good computers. I think they mentioned spending thousands on computers. So she had a dope setup, and I think I remember they had a nice microphone set up. So we enter this closet here downstairs, and there's just blankets, a little workout ball, like a stretching slash workout ball here. And this guy starts touching everything. And I don't know. Oh man, I'd be scared to bring bed bugs to my house. I'd be scared. Phew, I would not touch anything. We have a giant ring light there that could range, I would assume, in the price point between 50 and $100. So all these things just in the downstairs so far, you know, they could have sold that all quick for 150 bucks. That's a fast sale. So we have some type of schmegma on the wall here. Let's go back and get a better view of that real quick. Look at the stairs. Look at the fucking stairs. Look at the shit on the stairs. They never vacuumed this. Guys, this is a nice apartment complex. This place was like new when they moved in. I can't tell if that's carpet because the video quality is not the best, but it these look dirty on top of all the schmegma on the ground from never being vacuumed or swept or anything. It looks brown. And granted, this is a bad video. It could be the color of whatever the surface of these stairs are, but they look dirty. Terry says it was brand new. So I'm assuming that means that they were the first people to live in this place. What a fucking shame. You move into a high class apartment and you're the first person to live in that place. This place, this apartment place probably had to redo that whole apartment. We have blood or some type of nasty stain on the wall here. Let me see if I can turn up my video quality here. Okay, we do have 1080p. I wasn't 720. See if that helps. Okay, so we have like some sort of blood or whatever on the wall there. I can't really get a better shot of it. Oh man. We have more shit just on the wall here. And these are on the stairs. Look at that. Look at this fucking shit. Oh man. That looks to be blood. I'm not I'm not certain that it's blood, but it looks to be blood. Even if it's not blood, it's disgusting. The person filming this says he thinks it's blood. OGD, hello, welcome to the stream. Carrie says they destroy homes so fast. They can destroy a house quicker than any animal out there. 100%. And one thing that stands out to me right now, and when Shanny did that stream calling G-Man racist remarks, and she said, you guys know what word she used. She said there's a difference between a black person and the word. For somebody like that, you're living like a fucking heathen. And you're gonna have the balls to like try to put somebody else down and act like they're a piece of trash or something, especially over like your skin color, but just in general, you're gonna try to, you know, tell somebody else that they're a scumbag. And this is like the fourth place that we know of that they left behind like this. See if I can slow that down just where it went super fast through that area. Just dripping down the wall. There's a trim piece down here. Again, it's hard to tell exactly what's going on because the video quality isn't the best. I can't tell if the trim is supposed to camber, bevel down like this, but it almost looks like that trim piece was cracked at the top corner there. Again, it could be designed to be like that, um, but it looks like it could have been broken. Starts going super fast. I don't think I can go any slower than 0.25. Yeah, it's the slowest we can go. Just shit everywhere that they left. There's this is like food products. That is that a box of eggs? Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's a giant pack of eggs. You got the divider in the middle there. Yeah, it says large. So I think this is like maybe some of the stuff they cleared out of the fridge. We have the cat stuff over here, water jug and the food thing. Why would you not bring these with you? Okay, I let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Even though it's fucked to leave your landlord after you just stiffed them for over 15 grand worth of rent. Probably didn't pay them 1 month worth of rent other than your initial payment to get in the door. Even though it's messed up to leave this shit all behind, why would the cat's feeding supplies not be at the top of your priority list to take with you? You know, here's the water jug and here's the food thing. And these aren't cheap either. I have animals. I've seen the prices on these. I would imagine it was probably 30 bucks each here, so probably 60 bucks worth of cat dishes here. Why would that not be at the top of your priority list? We have just food sitting out on the counter. Jesus Christ. I think that's another microphone setup over here. This is a decent kitchen table setup here. I think they bought everything new when they moved in here. A decent little hutch with the mirror on the back of it. Like I can understand leaving the books and stuff behind, but why like your table set and stuff like that? Like sell this shit. Sell this shit. I wonder how many times this broom and little like sort of mop type device here got used. That looked like a nice leather something. What is going on here? Oh, yeah, it's another leather office chair. That's a nice office chair. Probably 200 bucks for that. I think this is where it goes back to regular speed. So I'm going to put it in normal speed. This is how far I got into the video when I briefly skimmed over it. Let me catch up with chat real quick. A Graves, hello. Uh, Donna, Rev tried saying the boys destroyed everything, yet living in the uncle's house, it was destroyed and the boys did not live there. Right. Yeah. He tried to say the boys destroyed everything, but it doesn't matter. Kids are going to be kids. You accepted that responsibility when you got with this woman. And Shanny accepted that responsibility when she decided to have not one, but two children. You have to clean up after them. You don't just let them destroy the house. I don't have kids, so I'm not, you know, I can't speak from a place of like, I know, but if I were to have kids, I would accept like, this is still my home and I have to clean up after him and teach them. You need to teach them, hey, you did this over here. Time for you to tidy everything back up and put it back where it belongs. Like, you don't just say, oh, the house is a mess now. I'm sure the kids did add some type of mess to a house. That's what kids do. But you have to show them and help them for a period so they learn and then they start doing it themselves. Kristen says they were so wasteful. Yeah, so wasteful because that $750,000 felt like it was endless. Um, they couldn't even get a U-Haul. Yeah, I think at this time they couldn't afford anything. I think by the time they were booted out of this apartment, they basically had no money left. Because I think those infamous streams where Shanny's live acting like I'm trying to support this household and he won't even get a job, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure that was done at the very end of their term in this apartment here. If you remember, Shanny kept saying sell things and Rev kept yelling, nobody would take it. I don't remember that multiple times, but I do remember seeing one instance where Shanny said that and Rev said, no, we're not selling it. And he like yelled about it. A little bit about me and like the time that I spent watching them when things went down. I stopped watching probably right before they got evicted and right before they went broke. So I found Shanny and Rev when they got to probably a month after they got to Colorado. I watched them through their heyday of when they had a bunch of money for probably 6 months. And then I think I fell off for 3, 4 months. They got evicted. And then I started seeing that stuff happening. And then I started watching again. So I think I watched for 6 to 12 months again. And then I probably fell off for a year. And I ended up starting to rewatch again in probably 2023 until now. The most I've been invested in them for a long period was from 2023 till now, but there's probably about a year and a half of time I spent watching them from like maybe 2018 or 2019 up to about 21 or 22 ish. Sell the expensive things, Kyler said. Exactly. Ryan, look in the stairs. It goes up and then turns and another step and another set up the rest of the way. They had her desk set up in the middle in between area. That's where she streamed from. Okay. It goes up, then it turns, and another step up for the rest of the way. Okay, so is there like a middle-esque level? Huh. I'm not sure where. It just looked like it went up straight up. I guess I'm not seeing where Carrie was talking about. Um, Let me catch up with the chat and then we'll get moving on this again. Let's see here. The poor kids were not taught. Right. They weren't taught anything. No life skills, no bathing, no hygiene, nothing. It's so sad. The best thing that could have happened to them was for them to get yanked out of there, which is sad as well, but it was best for them. Very heartbreaking to even think what those kids went through. Hell on Heels. Hello. Hi, Ryan. They took a video of themselves shopping at high-end stores, and Shanny did a $1,200 clothing haul. Yeah, I think I remember that. Maybe not the one you're specifically talking about, but I do remember a handful of the shopping hauls. It was so obnoxious. It's like she would just go in somewhere and just she's a glutton. The best way to describe Shanny is a glutton. And that's for everything in her life. Anything. If she goes in anywhere, a store that has stuff she's never seen in her life, she's going to act like it's her favorite thing in the world. She knows everything about it, and she's going to buy one of everything as long as she has the money, like she did for this short period. Look at the gunk down in that dispenser there. Where can I change? Okay, I guess I can't change my when I hit skip. Yeah, that's the best shot I'm gonna get of it. Look at all the gunk in here. And then this tray right here will pull out so that you can clean under it. I bet there's like mold spores down in there from the moisture. Because if you don't pull these out and clean under them, the water just pools down there and it turns into mold spores and stuff. So another disgusting part. Wonder what's going on Oh, okay. I was wondering what this was, but it looks to be a Ziploc bag with a design on the side of it. Oops. Looks to be a Ziploc bag with some sort of design on the side of it, or maybe there's something in the Ziploc bag, but I don't know what it is. Ooh, look at this shelf. Look at the gunk in this shelf here. Look at that. The bottom of this shelf. And you can see where something was sitting on the shelf right there, and it's clean because whatever was sitting there was stopping this gunk from going in that spot. But when she was doing those cooking videos, this is what the fridge was looking like that she was pulling stuff out of. And like Carrie said, this place was brand new when they moved in. So this was a brand new fucking fridge 6 months before this was taken. The guy filming said that it stinks. There is probably so much stuff in here that is well past expired. Oh, look at the bottom of the fridge. Just look at all the shit down here. Almost looks like a tomato piece down there, but it's probably just like a piece of paper or plastic from the Dr. Pepper or something. Bunch more shit just frozen to the bottom of the freezer section. Guy filming is saying it smells terrible. What was on this countertop here? Okay, so we have a stainless steel toaster. Could have sold that for a couple dollars. I'm not sure what this is for here. Maybe it's because this is a expensive, nicer apartment. Maybe this controls the lighting and possibly the front door lock or maybe the garage door as well. Okay, so he starts. Video starts going super fast here, so let's slow it down, see if we can catch anything during this speed up time. Uh, Full pack of onions there. Oh, Hussy, were you hanging out with Shanny and Rev? Is this how you met them, Hussy? You forgot your glasses on the counter. Small TV. What is that? I don't know what this is right here. Oh, didn't Shanny have a like a hamster that died or something? Is that the cage? What is all the shit on the floor there? A guinea pig. She had a guinea pig. That's the cage. What is all the crap on the floor right here? Like this, they never vacuumed. Look at all this. Wildflower Girl says a landlord's worst nightmare. Amen. Shoo. I can't imagine if I was renting a property and I had to evict them after not getting paid for 6 months and then coming into this. So not only did they lose 6, 7 months of rent, but they also have to pay a fortune to get this place cleaned up. Not only do they have to have someone come in and gather up all this shit and take it to the dump, but they have to deep clean everything in a brand new fucking apartment. Oh. I mean, I can't say shit about the clutter because I'm very much in and out in a glass house here. My house is cluttered, but not filth. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a big difference between, you know, clutter and filth. There's a huge difference. Donna says this is straight up 100% laziness. Yeah, amen. Just not doing anything to clean your house. Yeah, so this is the guinea pig cage and the guinea pig died. Um, I forget how it died, but I thought it was from some sort of negligence on her part. Like she didn't turn the heat lamp on or something random like that happened, which caused the guinea pig to die. Um, why didn't the landlord sue the fuck out of them? Lady Starfire, hello, welcome. That's a good question. I would imagine it's because the amount of time it takes to go into court and it's all civil. So the amount of time it takes to go into court, if once you're at 15 grand, I'm pretty sure you're out of small claims court. And and you really need a lawyer to probably represent a claim that high, or you want a lawyer at least. And the money it would cost you to pay for a lawyer, and it probably wouldn't end up being worth it because most of the time it's a civil case. People aren't going to even pay it, and there's no legal ramifications to that. They can't be arrested or anything like that because it's all civil, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and Kyler makes a great point. This was during COVID as well. So there was some bullshit with all of that, um, where people were waived like paying rent during a certain period, I think. And that is the famous bed. I think this is one of the beds that one of the children was sleeping on. Shanny. There's no fucking excuse for that. Absolutely no excuse for that as a mother. Um, the guinea pig, Carrie says the guinea pig starved or froze to death. And she also said, and Shanny took a pic of it dead and posted it to her community tab. Right, because it's all about Shanny. It's all about people feeling bad for Shanny and Shanny getting attention. Nothing else matters in the world. Um, yeah, and they were probably broke by then, so they probably knew even if they sued, they weren't gonna see any money. You can't get blood out of a stone, unfortunately. Mystery Sky Crime Talk. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Breaks my heart. Yeah. Oh my God, that poor boy. Yeah. And I feel like I remember her being called out for this bed looking like this. And she like tried to blame it on the son in some sort of way. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care what you have going on. I don't care if your child has, I don't care what is going on with your child. I don't care if he's a little bastard. Your child does not sleep in a bed like this. Not only that, we know how much goddamn money they had when they moved in there, right? Shanny spent all this extravagant money on clothing that she probably never wore, um, all sorts of trinkets and bullshit that she bought and probably went in the trash and disappeared when they moved out of this house. And you put your son's mattress on the floor. Now, listen, some people have to, some people, you know, they put their bed on the floor and they don't have the money to buy a bed frame at the time. And, people got to do what they got to do, which I don't frown on that at all. I've been there. I've been there. But for you to blow all this fucking money on all your self-serving bullshit, and you have your son sleeping in this bedroom with a twin size mattress on the floor, no pillowcase, that is a sheet on the bed, but the mattress is just on the floor. She didn't even think, and I don't see I mean, there is no dresser, but I can't really say for sure that he didn't have a dresser because maybe they took it, even though I highly, highly, highly doubt they took the dresser because they only had an SUV full of stuff. So I don't think they took big furniture like dressers and stuff. So they just threw a mattress in a bedroom, most likely, and said, "There you go, son. There's your bedroom." Meanwhile, Shanny's out here pissing money away left and right. Doesn't think one time, hey, let's get my son. I got access to this money with this guy, and life's gonna be great now. Let's get my son a nice little bed set with a nice little frame and a headboard, a matching dresser, and maybe a nightstand. My son's gonna live good. My son's gonna have a nice little cozy room. No, throws a mattress on the floor. And she was spending $400 on weed a day, Shadows brings up. Good point. Good point. And she would brag about it. Kyler says, "Look, damn it. This makes me mad because I just had 9 teenagers in my house at one time. And all my kids and their friends were fed and they had real beds on frames with clean linens. That's bullshit. It is bullshit." And listen, like I said, if your child is sleeping on a mattress on the floor in a clean home and you guys are just doing what you need to do to get by, but they're fed, they're in a warm home, their room is clean, and their mattress happens to be on a floor, okay, that's fine. And but obviously clean sheets, clean blankets, and stuff like that, they're going to survive, they'll be okay. But my point is, when you have all this money, you're living in this apartment, you're spending 3 grand a month on rent, you're milking this new guy for all his money, spending it on everything for yourself, and this is how you throw your son in a bedroom. That's what makes it super disgusting. I would be, if I had a child, I'd be sleeping on the hardwood floor while my son was in a mattress with a bedroom set. And somebody, I think it was Carrie, brought up this point. She said that the defense was that the bed sheets were gray. No, the bed sheets weren't gray. You can tell where the son was sleeping. There's a brown, a gray spot right here. You can clearly see from the sheet never being fucking changed. Like this sheet did have a hint of gray to it, but that's dirtiness from it not being cleaned. And listen, I've gone too long without washing my bedding before. I try to do it every 10 to 12 days, but I've gone 3 weeks without washing my sheet and blanket. It doesn't end up looking like this after 3 weeks. You don't see anything. So, how long has this sheet been on the bed dirty? How does a mother not walk in a room and see that? All right. I'm sorry. We're going to move on. This is just something that really fucking bothered me. I hate that this video sped up. Like, I just want to walk through the house slowly the whole time. I don't know why the subtitles came on. Um, oops, wrong button. Where I just saw a comment. Um, where did it go? Cows Fly. Hello, welcome. Love this, love the name. Mother of Dragons. Here I thought my house was dirty. I bought a new Christmas stuff, 90% off. I've been too tired to put it away. It's consumed my living room. Yeah, I get that. G-Man even had to buy the youngest underwear and clothes. He was in pants that were too big and falling off. He had no underwear. That's crazy. Donna says I have two beagles that are spoiled rotten, I might add. They're treated better than those children were. Yeah, most people are gonna treat their pets better than Shanny treated her children. I just had to look over to see where my dog was. Yeah, the sheets had human outlines on them before they bought it to go with Shanny's argument. There was an outline of a child on that sheet. That's why it was dirty. My kids always had the best. My son went to the hospital and they bought me new shoes because mine were falling apart so my kids could have nice school shoes and clothes. Exactly. That's what parenting is. Okay. Notice the sheets look very similar to the couch she was on. Yes, the couch in the house now, the sheets look very similar. Yeah, Donna says if you all ever have a dirty house, just watch this. You'll feel much better. Hell on Heels, all that Mary Jane she bought, and no bed frame for the kids. I hope the boys are treated well now. Yeah, it was sad that the boys got had to go through that, but they didn't know any better at the time. But I guarantee you, their lives got much better after they adapted and became used to their new environment. Okay, so we have a third floor here. We had that bottom. We have that bottom floor, and that bottom floor just had like a storage closet and the one room and probably a single car garage, I would assume down there. Then we have this middle floor, and I see the stairs going up to a third floor. I didn't know that. This is a big place. Okay, now it's back in normal speed. The guy filming this just said, I have to hold my breath to go in this bathroom because I can smell this is where the odor is coming from. That looks like a nice granite countertop in there. Oh boy, I forgot about this part. God damn it. I feel much better knowing right now that those cats are out of the house. Because if I was watching this right now, I would feel so much worse knowing that the cats are still in their possession. Now, we just talked about the boys, right? And how sad that was for them. That the cats went through the same fucking thing. That's their litter box, by the way. I'm sure everyone realized that already. Um, I hope William helped Zach to have the strength to stay away from Shanny. It seems like she cared about them. It seems like, ooh, it never seemed like she cared about them at all. Mother of Dragons, you're right. It doesn't seem like she ever cared about them. Just her stream of her saying like, it's a good thing the boys are gone. It's like, ma'am, your children just got taken from you and you're trying to justify it to people on the internet. You should be in shambles right now. I would not blame the kids if they never wanted to talk to her or have anything to do with her ass after the way they were treated. Yeah, I hope they don't. And Mother of Dragons makes a great point, and I hope this happens. She, I already read it, but she said she hopes William will help Zach have the strength to stay away from Shanny. I hope that happens as well. William seems like a really good kid, and I hope he helps his younger brother too. Yeah, the cats are in a better position than they were when they were with Shanny and Rev. Um, Kyler says that this means that the litter was there so long that the urine liquefied the stool to the point where it leaked. The litter the litter was in there so long the urine liquefied the stool to the point where it leaked. That's a good point. Holy shit, that's a good point. So what she's saying is this litter hasn't been changed in so long. We're looking at brown here, right? That's not the color of litter. So what she's saying is the shit that was in this box had been pissed on so much by the cats because, and it's not the cat's fault. It's the fact that the fucking litter was never fucking changed. And when you have two cats, I have two cats. I have a litter robot now, which has been the fucking life changing. I never have to scoop cat litter again uh, because I have the litter robot. But when I had a regular litter box, every 14 days, I had to completely empty all the litter out of the box and put brand new litter in. And then, like every 2 days, you have to scoop it. If I would let it go 3 days, it started to be, it was real bad after 3 days with two cats. So when you have two cats, if you don't have the money to buy a litter box that can clean itself, it's a lot of work to keep up with the litter. So her point is the poop that was in this litter box got pissed on so much by the cats that the poop liquefied and leaked out of the box into this puddle and then dried out on the floor there. And that's why we're seeing this brown puddle pool of pudding here. Puh, puh, puh. But I didn't even think of that. That's why this was leaked because it was pissed on so much and the shit was turned into liquid and then leaked out and then hardened on the floor here. And the guy filming this said before he opened this bathroom door, he said, I'm going to have to hold my breath because I can tell the odor I'm smelling is coming from the bathroom. And this box must have been fucking atrocious smelling. Um, Mima, hello, welcome. Brian, she says she decided they would go. And then I think, and then Mima says vacation. I think Shani looked at it as like a she said on the stream, she looked at it as a vacation for the kids. And like a mental health break for herself. It's a good thing. Child Protective Services is a good thing. These are all things that she said. Um, and she looked at it as like, it's a normal thing. Like every parent, they just get sick of their kids. They can't handle them from time to time. And CPS just steps in and takes them for some months to take the load off. It's great service they have there. Fucking delusional. And to think she's such a narcissist, she just thinks she would say these things. And people on the internet are going to be like, oh, yeah, Shanny, you know what? You're right. And obviously, there were people in her chat that were saying that, the people that are either buddy trolling or they're just so fucking stupid and they lick her ass. But normal people are going to be like, does this lady, what is she even saying right now? Wanderings of Hecate. Hey, my other if dragons. Hello. Welcome to the stream. P Bigley, that doesn't look like normal cat poop. Their cats probably got sick often. Yeah, so you're right. It's definitely not normal cat poop. Did the cats even use the litter box? Tristan says. That's a good point. I would imagine after a certain point here, they stopped using this litter box because it gets so dirty that they don't want to step in it. Cats are pretty clean and they know if their litter is getting really dirty. So there probably came a point where they stopped going in this box and they started finding areas in the house to piss or shit. I bet it costs thousands for them to fix that apartment because the type of smells that settles. Yeah, I guarantee you. And they blame this on the litter box. And they blame the litter box. Carrie says they blame the litter box on Will. They said it was his chore and his fault that it was like that. Yeah. Okay. Right. This is a bathroom, right? So obviously Shanny and Rev were going in there. Uh, you see what's going on here. So you should be able to smell it way, 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 way before it gets to this point, right? So if the son's not doing it, then it's time for you to step up and you have to punish him for not doing his chore. No, this was the parents' fault for sure. Fucking scumbags. They just want to pawn the blame off on everyone else. All right, we're gonna get moving here on this video. A couple more comments, quick. Um, P Bigley, I would bet money those cats were eating people food or generally things that are bad for them. If they had something like pica, if they had something like pica, and then they will eat random things, and it takes a lot of oversight. The cats don't want to use the dirty box, but Shani doesn't understand that. Look at the bathroom downstairs in the PA house. Yeah, Mia makes a good point. This was probably the boys' bathroom, so she didn't even look. That's why they put the litter box in that bathroom, probably was because they didn't want it in their bathroom. This, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Holy fuck. There's the scooper. And I don't know if you guys caught the toilet, but even if this was the boys' bathroom, they should have been, or Shanny should have been checking on it to say, hey guys, you need to clean this. Look at the toilet. It was never cleaned. You see the staining down in there from piss and shit. You have to scrub the inside of your toilet as much of a chore and grossness that it is, has to be done. This staining is from never being cleaned. And again, this place was only 6 months old. What? You want a treat? Want a treat? Sadie just woke up from her cat nap. So now she's. Here you go. Here you go. She's going to be back to harass me in probably 90 seconds. like some decent decorations up in that window there, like the little plants and stuff. I wish that wasn't sped up. Okay, so here's the stairs going up to the next floor. We have some type of extension cord just running up the stairs. Let's go back and slow this down, see if we can catch anything else out of it. Yeah, so the left and right buttons, you can adjust it, but mine's set to skip in 5 second increments. Let me stop screen sharing really quick, and then I'm gonna try to adjust it to go frame by frame. Just give me 1 second. Right now it's set to skip in 5 second increments. So I just have to change it so it skips frame by frame here. Settings. Settings. Pull advanced settings. Hmm. Come on. If anybody knows, where you can adjust that, let me know. YouTube Studio, probably. No, maybe. Probably not in the studio. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything under settings. Playback and performance. Huh. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, we're coming back right now. Got it. Boom, boom. Share screen. Share screen. Share. Shiny house tour. Get rid of that. Okay. P Bigley, thank you. Yeah, so my arrows skip by 5 seconds, which I think that can be adjusted to 1 or 10 seconds. But the what was it? Period and comma, I think he said. Period and comma skip frame by frame, and he was correct. So we can see we got a bunch of shit just left here. What? What? She went on an hour and 10-minute walk right before I started this stream. I'm just gonna let her out in the backyard super fast. Oh. Come on. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna take a leak real quick. All right. We're getting back to it. We're here. We're here. Sorry. Okay. What the hell is she doing out there? I think I saw somebody say in the chat they wanted to see my cat really quick. Did I see that? Where is it? Okay, yeah, cows fly. Yeah, I couldn't find your comment. All right. And one of them is they're both right here. I have two cats, so come here. Come here. So this is Mustache, and she's a little chonker. Look at that big old belly there. Mustache. And she's the sweetest loving cat ever. She lets me do whatever I want. I can pick her up, whatever. She's chill as hell. Who's a good girl? And she's just sitting on the kitchen table chair right next to me. I'm gonna put her right back. And then, so she's 19 pounds. Come here, Steve. Come here. Meow. So Mustache is 19 pounds. And then this is Steve, her sister. And she is 14 pounds. So there's a 5 pound weight difference between the two. And I thought there might have been some health issues with Mustache and why she's so big compared to Steve. But there's not. I've had so many tests done. I don't know. I thought like diabetes or something like that. But she's had a million tests done. She's looking at me through my glass table right now with her big beady eyes, knowing I'm talking about her. No health issues at all. She's just overweight. And I've tried everything. I've put her on weight management food and tried to reduce her food, and she doesn't lose weight at all. Both beautiful. Look at those babies. Steve is so they're both. Steve's a little more like when I try to pick her up, she sort of runs from me, but then she stops and she's like, "Are you gonna get me or not?" Um, so Steve like is a little skittish, but not really. She'll still like roll over on her back and when new people come in and everything. Mustache though is like super fucking chill. Like a new person could walk in the door right now. Mustache will greet the person and then lay on her back and be like, "Well, are you gonna pet my belly yet or what?" Yeah, they're both fixed. The story on both the cats is I got them when they were 6 months old. They're gonna be 8 years old in July. Sadie, I gotta let Sadie in the back door. Hang on. Come on. So, yeah, the story on the cats are I was living in an apartment and I'm a dog person and I could only have cats there. We're gonna get right back to that video in 1 minute. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll get a cat. I can't get a dog at this place, blah, blah, blah. So I go to get one cat, and this was back when animals could be on Facebook Marketplace. And I show up and the guy's like, "Hey man, there's two cats here and they're sisters. Um and I really need you to take them both. I'm going through a separation. We're losing our place and we're both moving apart from each other. And I need you to take them both." And I was like, "Look, man, like I really didn't bargain for two cats. And Sadie, you don't need a damn thing right now. You just want more cookies." So I was like, "Look, yeah, I'll take both the cats." So I took both of them. And yeah, so that's what happened. Fast forward a few years later, I ended up getting a house where I could have a dog finally, and then I ended up getting a dog. So that's what happened. Now I have a dog and two cats, which I never thought I would have three animals in my house. Uh, can I see Sadie? Yeah, you want to see Sadie? All right. It's hard because this table is sort of like a mid top in height. So let me bring the screen down. Come here, Sadie. Come here. Come here. Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Oh, it's a big girl. Oh yeah, you was a baby. Stop licking me. She is 1 year old now. Come here. Oh, 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 yeah, big stretch. All right, give me an hour and then I'll let you out. I think she just busted my lip. I have a crack in my lip because it's so cold here, and she just got me with her paw. All right, so there's all the animals. Now the chat's going. Nightmare, hello, welcome to the stream. Chrissy, hello. Instant Karma, hello. Maddie, hello. Bex, hello. If I miss anyone, it's not intentional. Let's skip good dog dad. You can tell. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, now she wants more. She just always wants attention. Um, even when we're on the couch, she will like climb up on my shoulder, like, hey, you're supposed to still be giving me attention here. Smashly, that's a funny name. Um, hey, Instant Karma, hello, welcome to the stream. For anybody that just came in, um we have been going over the house tour of the Colorado house after Shanny and Rev were evicted from that beautiful apartment out in Colorado. I think we're about halfway through now, so we're gonna get back to it right now. We just had a small little break. What? Relax. All right. So, for anybody that didn't see, that just came in, rewind in the stream to really get a good deep dive on everything, but we just went over the litter box. And we're back out in the kitchen here. Now that I can frame by frame, maybe we can see a little more stuff in the kitchen. Is that the sink right there? I think that's the kitchen sink next to the dishwasher. And if it is, that's a real deep, nice sink. It looks like that stainless steel accent all the way around. Go get your bone. Go get your bone. Go get your bone. Good girl. So this is a really nice place. And we have that kitchen table and stuff that they left in the background. All right, hand me it. Hand me it. So okay, so there's that extension cord, right? And it's plugged in somewhere and it's running up the stairs. I would assume they had that set up to plug something in, which is like super jerry rigged. And even on these stairs, just like the stairs going up from the garage door area, there's just a bunch of shit all over the stairs because they were never vacuumed. Just random items all over the place. Oh, okay. So this right here, this can't be blamed on we were just moving out and that's why stuff was everywhere. Um, I'm sorry. There is a I'm a huge sneaker collector, and I just got an alert. Uh, did not drop. Sign up on their website. Blah blah blah. Passport page. Union Jordan Frag. The new Union Jordan fragments are probably about to drop in the next hour. Um, so this stuff right here was not from like just moving out and stuff being everywhere. That's clutter that was definitely there before, right? That's just shit that was strewn in that corner and had been sitting there. Oh, and hey, look what we have there. So is that a tire? It sort of looks like maybe a tube to a tire, to a bicycle tire, but it's hard to say what it is exactly. Is that like a diary? It says vault on it and it has the face of like a safe. I wonder if that was like a diary Shanny had. The money she spent, the bullshit she bought with this man's money is crazy. Another one of her stupid green screen things that she stuffed behind. She had must have had another one that she stuffed behind the couch. Carrie says this is where she was streaming from. Okay, so this is up on the third floor here. Or no, that's the like a landing point basically. So it was halfway up a floor and there's just a small room on that floor. So you go up half of a staircase and you have like this is supposed to be like a landing section. There's not really supposed to be a room here, right? This is just like the split in the staircase, right? Maybe you put some small decorations up there, a couple tables, not a couple tables, but like, an accent table or whatever. But you don't set up a desk and stream up here. Like, what? This is like it's obstruction of like walking through the stairway. It's definitely like a violation of health code because it's a fire hazard. A bunch of shit on these stairs too. Volt used to be a makeup company. That may be one of her expensive palettes. Ah, okay. That would make sense, which would be another huge waste of his money. Oh man. What do we got back here? Bull North, hello, welcome to the stream. What's with the green screen thing? Shani has an obsession with the green screens. She even had one set up behind her in the new, not new house, but the house that they just got booted from. Get it. I'm literally like holding a toy and playing tug of war with Sadie with my right arm. So now we come up to the very top floor. Shit, that vacuum shit was brand new sitting there. Where's the vacuum? Is it up here? But look at all this clutter. Like just a bunch of wires and totes and shit. Space chick, I just can't understand not wanting to keep a home clean. Right. It's your domicile. It's where you lay your head. That's where you the where you where your peace is. So we have does that say Alice in Chains? Come here, Sadie. Yeah, that's like an Alice in Chains drawstring uh backpack thing. Bunch of boxes. There's a dog barking outside that Sadie can hear. There's the vacuum right there. Probably never fucking used. Sadie, stop. It's just another dog. That washer and dryer, look at that. Looks to be one of the cleanest fucking things in the house. The washer and dryer. Probably because that door was always shut and they never fucking used it. even to this day, I always wondered, when do Jason and Shanny do their laundry? They don't. They just never do it. Okay, so that was one of the other kids' room. He'll go in there in a minute, I'm assuming. And I think so. This must be Shanny and Rev's room. Oh man. Like that's the side of the bed. So that's where you get where, this is your side of the bed right here. This is your side of the room where you like go in and then get in bed here and get out of bed here. Like, look at this. And again, Wildflower Girl, disgusting. Uh, Candy Pickle Toes. I love the name. What do we have here? Welcome to the dark side. Yeah, this is my second stream on the topic. I figure why the fuck not? Smelly Cat. I love the name too. Oh wow, I am late to the party, about an hour late. Yeah, you can always rewind. Thank you for being here now, though. I appreciate you. Marcia Jones. Hello, welcome. If I miss anybody, Wispy. Hello. If anybody wants to see our coverage on this earlier in the house, feel free to rewind or watch the replay back. Thank you for being here. So this was somebody's side of the bed right here, right? This is where you got in and out of the bed. And this is another case where I don't want to hear the bullshit of, yeah, you can see some of the areas in the house were maybe the way they looked because they just left in a tornado. But this is one area where I don't believe got dirtied up from moving out. This is mostly probably what this space looked like when they lived there. Like there's a little nightstand here next to the bed. That doesn't get cluttered up with shit because you're moving out. If anything, it'd be less cluttered because you'd be taking some of the things off it. So, in my opinion, this whole corner of the room here, that's what it looked like when they lived there. Same thing with the bed. That's how the bed looked. Like, look how the sheet is just. Oh, wait, there is no. Wait, is there a sheet? It's hard to tell. So I can't tell if that's a sheet, but I think that's a blanket. So it sort of looks like they were sleeping on this bed with no sheet at all, which is wild. Someone said cute microwave at least. Yeah, that is a nice little microwave. Sky's burning. Hello, welcome. The guitar they never learned to play. I'm gonna make this full screen because it's probably easier for you guys to see, but when I have it full screen, I won't be able to see the chat. This is just, I would assume this was Shanny's side of the bed because we have these shelves here where she probably, there's a hair tie there. That's a garbage can, it looks like. So a garbage can that is literally just over full of shit with just junk, some junk halfway sticking out from under the fucking bed. Look at all this stuff on top of the headboard. So Jason and Shanny get a nice full bed with a dope headboard and a like some space on the top of the headboard to put some things if you want, or maybe decorations. Of course, they just have it loaded up with bullshit. Windex randomly up there. I don't know why they have Windex. They're not cleaning anything. What is in that room? So that looks like a walk-in closet there. Just full of shit. A fan blowing directly on the bed, probably because Shamu is just in bed sweating. Oh, they got a Dare poster. Just clothes all over the floor. Is that a big TV right there? Is it? Are my eyes deceiving me, or is that? Yeah, that's a TV right here on the right because you can see the one pedestal right here holding it up. So that was probably a 70-inch TV on this nightstand right here. Um, and you got to remember this was years back, so TVs were a little bit more expensive. So they probably could have got $50 quick for that TV. That fan, they probably could have got $10 quick for, even if they just brought everything to a pawn shop. Oh boy. Is that a some sort of bra? What is this right here? Probably not a bra, but for a second it looked like some sort of bra or swimming suit top. Just a random box of ginger ale right here. Look at this. They're just eating in the bed and leaving the shit. That looks like a frozen mac and cheese that they just left there. Some type of food that says keto on it, a bottle of water, two cans of Coke, another can of ginger ale, a bottle of some other type of liquid. Looks like some type of food wrapper here. There's something back here. And then underneath that, we have the Canada Dry box and probably a bunch of food bullshit down here as well. Yeah, that's a Starburst bag, I think, like a large one. Maybe some crackers there or something. And then there's their bathroom. Okay, so that wasn't a walk-in closet. That was their bathroom. What do you want? What do you want from me, ma'am? Here. You want a new bone? Here, try this bone. Even though you got 15 feet away. Nice cowboy boots, dude. Yeah, he's wearing regular jeans. I bet he's not wearing a face mask. A can of soda in the friggin' bathroom. There's a Keurig coffee machine in their bathroom upstairs away from the kitchen. And I think K cups in there. We have, were they just storing? Look, there's a, that looks like a mug 2 liter bottle or some sort of 2 liter bottle, box of probably sweets there. Where Pepper, this is McCormick, I think is the brand name. Pepper, like, was this a whole ass food rack? Yes, a whole ass food rack in the master bedroom's bathroom. What the fuck is that? Keeping food away from the kids. Bro, that is, I have never seen anything like that in my life. Look at next to this toilet. Look at all the shit down here. Look at this shit. Garbage can full to the brim. So it looks like maybe they just kept throwing shit down here after the garbage can was full. You got more shit on the left side of the fucking toilet there. Like, this brings a new meaning to cluttered. Look at all the nastiness on the floor. There's just shit, a scale there with shit all over it. That schmegma is all over this little rug. shit all down in here. Look at in here. That looks black. Wow, this is a nice master bathroom with a tub and a stand-up shower. Plant on the bathtub. Who puts a plant in the bathtub? This guy's just touching shit. That was a random bong. Oh, okay, he's got rubber gloves on. Okay, I'll give him some credit there. But that was a bong accessory. Like this plugs into the bong, or is that an actual bubbler? So your bullhead goes in there, and maybe it's a bubbler and you hit it out of there, but it sort of looks like it's a addition to. No, okay, that's a bubbler. Swiss rolls. That's what the box was. Frank's hot sauce. This looks like it was a thing of ice cream at one point. That looks like a plate with old shit in it. Can of something there, can of something there, a cup. Okay. That thing that I thought was a bra is this stuffed animal looking thingamajig. Jesus Christ. Look at all the food wrappers, cans of soda down in the sink. Shoo. Oh my God. This is the master bedroom closet. Wow. Was that a Dyson? That's a real Dyson. So that's an expensive ass vacuum. I literally just bought like I had a I had a Dyson V8. Sorry, I haven't been able to see the chat until when I have it full screen like that, guys. So I'm not trying to ignore anybody. I've been using a Dyson V8 for 3 years. It's my favorite vacuum ever. I decided to upgrade a couple days ago to a Dyson V15. They are expensive. This looks like a brand new fucking Dyson, and they have a wall mount, so it looks like they have it up on the wall there. They could have very easily sold this. The cheapest Dyson is like 400 to $500. Um, it doesn't even look like a lower model. It looks like a mid model. So they could have very quickly sold this for a few $100. There's a high demand for Dyson, and it's probably brand new, like most of you are saying in the chat. This is just Ron. P Bigley, Dysons will run you three to $600. Yeah. The one I got 3 years ago was the low model. It was like regular price was 450. I got it on sale for like 350. The one I just bought a few days ago, retail price was 850, and I got it on sale for 650. So they are expensive as hell. Nightmare says, why do they have a vacuum in the first place? Um, right, because they're delusional, right? They think they're going to be clean, yada yada yada. Um, but yeah, I guarantee you they didn't use those vacuums at all. You think sharks are better? Yeah, sharks they have a good name too. I've just been using Dysons for 4 years now, and I love them. So that's why I keep using them. Am I paying for the name? Probably, but I like it. Candy Pickle Toes, one of the best names in the chat. I need a new vacuum and I'm reeling at the price. Guess it wouldn't have been such a bad Christmas gift after all. Candy Pickle Toes, if you like cordless vacuums, Best Buy right now, Dyson V15, $200 off. I got it 3 days ago. I fucking love it. Rainbow vacuums run 1,500 to 3,000. The vacuums look very clean. Yeah, the cleanest things in this house were the vacuums and the washer and dryer. The two things that they weren't using. Um, all that money spent on nothing to show for it now. Nothing. You're right. They took they took nothing out of that house. Probably just some clothes and that's it. Mother of Dragons, thank you very much. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, if you're here, just please hit the thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you haven't subscribed. The TV looked good too, right, P Bigley? Okay, let's get back to this. Oh, I'm still sharing. Um, I think you guys can see better when I have it full screen. So even though I can't see the chat, I'm going to bring it back to full screen just so you guys can see it better. Strange. Oh, okay. That's a big box that has Batman logos on it. So I think this was the other son's bedroom. Wow. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the autistic boy's bedroom. And he was probably heartbroken to leave behind all of his stuffed animals. The person that's filming this, he goes into this room and he says that it smells like urine. And I think he was a younger boy at the time, and at least his bed was up on a very, very cheap mattress. Still very cheap. They probably spent $50 on this. They couldn't have got him a nice bed set like the one they had. They got him this cheap ass one. Mattress has no fucking sheet on it. And again, let me reiterate, none of this is the little boy's fault. It's all Shanny and Rev's fault. So when I'm critiquing this bedroom, the critique is to Jason and Shanny. More so on Shanny because those were her children. Um, None of the responsibilities on the kids. They did not know any better, and I guarantee you today they probably know better now. Um, no pillowcase on the pillow. The person filming this is saying that it smells like urine. I do remember that she had said, "Oh, well, the son had a problem peeing, blah, 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 in the bed." Well, that's your responsibility as a mother. There should have been a protector on this mattress, one of those plastic covers that keeps moisture from coming through. And anytime he pissed the bed, you should have been removing that from the bed, or sorry, removing the sheet, washing it, removing the blanket, washing it, and then whatever, if the protector needs to be washed, you wash it. If you're able to spray it down with a cleaner and clean it, you do that. You don't just let him lay on the bare mattress and soak it with piss and let him continually, night after night, keep sleeping in that nastiness. If he was sleeping there, right, and he got up for school in the morning and went to school, there's a chance that he could have been going to school smelling like urine, and it makes me sick thinking about that poor little boy. Notice how both of the kids' rooms had no type of furniture at all. No type of furniture in the children's rooms. They put $0 into doing anything for those kids. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. What is even going on? So it looks like there's a shit in the toilet. I don't know what's going on here. I don't think that could be shit. This was a nice look at the nastiness down in that sink. And again, I don't believe that this was like this just because they moved out. Like that sink was not being used. Like it sort of looks like this bottle of Gatorade spilled in the sink, and then the remnants of it that didn't go down the drain just hardened to the surface here. I don't believe that there's a plunger just up on the fucking counter, like maybe fucking Twig Arms Jason. This toilet probably got clogged, right? And Twig Arms Jason was trying to plunge it, and he couldn't get it fixed because he couldn't fix anything, and that's why the plunger is up on the sink or something. Look at the floor. So that video was them blaming the state of the house on them having to move fast, which is impossible. I'll attribute maybe 15, maybe 20% tops of that mess coming from the move, but 80% of that minimum was from how they were living. Housefly asked, could that stain in the sink be hair dye? Or maybe the toilet shoot the Housefly was asking if the toilet could have been hair dye. Um, I just want to see if anybody else is scheduling to go live, just so I'm not cutting into anybody. I am going to wrap this up here probably in the next 20 minutes or so. Um, so that bathroom that we just saw was not the master bathroom. That was the bathroom off of one of the boys' rooms. So there was three bathrooms in that place. It was beautiful. That place was beautiful. And Carrie says they didn't replace the light bulbs in that bathroom, so there was no lights in there. So because there was no lights in that bathroom, they didn't change the bulbs. I bet what happened is that bathroom just went out of order. Oh, the light bulbs are out. Bathroom doesn't work anymore, guys. They can't use that bathroom anymore. Um, there was a comment made about possibly what was on that toilet. Where is that comment? Where is that comment? Shoot, where did it go? I thought I saw a comment about what that stuff on the toilet seat possibly could have been, but I lost it. Um, yeah, I don't believe that toilet was hair dye, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was shit, but it was something disgusting. Yeah, Kyler, I thought it was you. I was looking for your comment. Okay, now that I just searched for Kyler, here it is. The brown stuff on the toilet seat was literally aged urine and feces. Urine turns that brown ring when it sits for so long. Let's go back to that toilet really quick. Smelly cat. Yeah. Shanny or Rev, one of those two said that the house was made disgusting by whoever went in there before they filmed the video. It was made to look worse than what it was. But their initial excuse was that the initial excuse was that we had to leave in a hurry. So if you had to leave in a hurry, it would look awful too. But then they came up with the idea, oh, they made it nasty. The shit ninjas. Yeah. Carrie, what time Carrie, are you planning to go live anytime soon? Just if you are, just let me know. So Carrie mentions one of the things on the toilet could have been fungus. Kyler says that this is possibly urine because after it hardens to a surface, it turns brown. Oh man, I don't fucking know, but whatever it is, it's disgusting. Okay, got it, Carrie. I just want to make sure you weren't about to trying to go live anytime soon. Yeah, so I don't think they used this bathroom for a bit. Whenever those lights went out, they just stopped using this bathroom. Plus, Shanny and Reb didn't care that much because it wasn't their main bathroom. Kyler says liquefied pee, just like the litter, and then Storm says it crystallizes. Look how much skinnier her face was there. Basically, during that little clip there, Shanny just said that we were made to left in a hurry. If you were made to leave in a hurry, your house would look awful too, yada 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 yada. They didn't think it through because they left the place unlocked and they went on live stream after they got an hour, a couple hours away, and they said, hey, the door's unlocked to our old place. If anybody wants to go take some shit, go for it. Everything's in there. If you want it, go take it. There's a lot of money and shit there. They didn't think it through to think, wait a minute, that place is a fucking pigsty. So they quickly regretted that. Then they ended up saying, after they told people they could go there and take whatever was left, they said, we're going to call the police on you because you're trespassing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And they gave the address, as Kyler said in the chat, too. So they're just fucking idiots. So this is in super fast forward. So I have to just kind of click through it. Otherwise, we won't really be able to see what's going on. Yeah. So look how nice this kitchen sink is here. This is a beautiful kitchen, man. You got a brand new fridge, the cabinets around that perimeter here, and then you have the island in the center. Dishwasher is right under the countertop here where my cursor is. And then you have this super fucking deep kitchen sink in this commercial style faucet here, which is on this spring so you can pull it and move it around. There's probably a little clicking, like a clicking tab here on this spout where you can spray down your dishes and stuff before you put them in the dishwasher. I'm sure that was never used to its full potential ever. Surprisingly, there's only a pot in the sink, and those aren't even, that looks like a not even any type of dish or anything there. But I would imagine I don't give them the benefit of the doubt on this because I think the reason why this sink's not full of dishes because they didn't cook anything. They just ordered everything fucking out. And it really seems like Shanny's main cleaning tool was Windex. We've seen a couple of bottles of Windex through the house. So if something's dirty and Shanny's actually going to clean it, I'm pretty sure she's using Windex. I'm just tabbing through here because, like I said, he's taking his gloves off. That's risky. He's touching the countertop. See if I can. This isn't in. Oh, already have it. This is in 0.25 speed and it's flying. So yeah. Ugh. That's like spilled milk or something down in there that just got spilled and it didn't get cleaned out. So it just crusted to the shelf. So right now, I think Dragnot is on the phone with the person he paid to go look around the house, and we're not sharing audio, so you probably can't hear it. But Dragnot is just kind of asking questions. Dragnot just said, "I see a few flies. Are the flies really bad?" A person says their flies aren't too bad. Look at that stovetop. Bunch of nasty, crusty shit on the stovetop. Some nasty schmegma in the microwave. Looks like they're just going over everything again. He's saying to Dragnot, it's full of shit. Um, for anybody that is just here, just seeing the cat box for the first time, if you go back in the stream, we looked at the cat box a lot more thoroughly earlier in the stream. Actually, look at behind this toilet seat rim. Boom, right there. Look at back here, right in here. So not only were they not cleaning inside the toilet bowl, but they weren't cleaning outside the toilet bowl either. If you put this lid down back here in this section of the toilet, it's going to be piss brown, piss yellow. There's just a bunch of urine all through here, which would mean that there's definitely a bunch of urine down on the floor too, because if piss was landing up here, it was probably puddling and pooling up here and then running off the side of the toilet down onto the floor as well. So I would not be surprised if the entire floor over here and on the other side of the toilet was just all piss ridden. Yeah, so they're just going through everything again now that he's on the phone with Dragnot. Um, but yeah, so that's basically that. I don't think there's anything else that we haven't seen. Tons of stuff in there that could have been sold. Yeah. All right. So that's the house, right? Fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Anybody that's just getting in here, we basically went through the whole house. If you want to zoom back in the stream and see everything, go for it. I really appreciate everyone that's here and been here. 170 people we had on in here just a minute ago. So thank you to everyone being here. I'll check out the comments for a minute and then I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta take Sadie for another walk here and then get her dinner and stuff and then cook myself some dinner. Catch up with some comments real quick. Um, Andrea's Andrea, they weren't cleaning, period. Right. They didn't clean once. And something to remind the people that are just getting in here. They were only in that place 6, 7 months, and they were the first people to live in there. It was a brand new apartment. It was a brand new apartment when they moved in. So how does it get that nasty? Like they were not only were they living like heathens, but they weren't cleaning at all. Who lives like that? Right. I understand getting evicted, but you leave this disgusting mess behind. It pisses me off, right? Imagine the landlord, man. So sad. I saw the mountains of shit, uh, and not one of those able-bodied people bent over to pick it up. Right. They had three. I have three boys. You got to clean up those bathrooms all the time. Right. And they blamed it on the boys for not doing their chores. If they weren't cleaning how they should, well, they weren't cleaning at all. So they weren't ever assigned chores. So I don't believe her lie in the first place about that. But even if that were true, you got to show them and you got to check it and make sure they're staying up on it. Yeah, the cats were definitely scared the last few months. I'm glad they're out of there. Meanwhile, you're the sweetest pet dad. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Smelly cat, good dog owner. Thank you. Storm, thank you very much. Donna, thank you. Ben not broken. Hi, welcome to the stream. We are just wrapping up here. If you want to go back and look, go for it. If everyone could just hit the like button on their way in or out, please. Mine is too tired to walk right now. She went bye-bye in the car for an hour. Now she wants to sleep by her bone. Yeah, I can't wait till I'm at that stage, but Sadie is 1 year old and she's half German Shepherd, so she has like endless energy. She's calmed down a lot in the last 6 months, but yeah, she still has like endless energy. I took her for an hour and 10-minute walk before I did this stream. She slept for the first 35 minutes of the stream, and now she's up and raring, ready to go now. Anita, yeah, they live like animals for sure. Thank you, Smelly Cat. Mother of Dragons, thank you. Space Chick, nope, they 100% weren't talk. Yeah, she's just a baby. Pooter Punch, thank you very much. Smelly Cat, thank you. Love Shack Sarah, welcome to the stream. Got to teach kids how and start them young. Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, Hussey, very much for sharing and the support. Carrie, thank you for the support as well. I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate all the love. I understand that doing streams on this in like a drama-esque community, it's not always going to be positivity, but pretty much I don't have any mods and I didn't see really any negativity. So it's pretty awesome. So thank you to everybody. I'll probably do another stream within the next day or two. I just got to figure out the next topic and figure out something good. So thank you to everybody for being here. Kyler, thank you very much. And Kyler's also going to be doing her first stream on Storm and Hers channel. Kyler, what's the channel name again? I forgot. Nightmare, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. As soon as Kyler drops a name, I'm gonna get out of here. Download Chrome. Yes, A Graves. I'm gonna get Chrome and I'll get it set up before the next stream. Mods are gay and cringe. Don't turn a blue wrench hug box. Awesome stream. Really good bad boy. Yeah, no, I've been doing YouTube for some years and I never did wrenches. I just don't really think there's a need for it. I mean, if someone wants to say something negative, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry too much about it. The Drill Thrill Show. If I go over here, can I put that show? Yeah. So I think they're going to be doing their first stream. I thought it was Sunday in the next few days. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Thank you for everyone for being here, and we'll see you on the next one. Everyone have a good night. I'm sure Hussey or Carrie are going to be streaming this evening, so I'll see you guys over there.